Hello, Mocha Marbles. This week on Mocha in the Morning, we have some amazing headlines for you. First up, Viola Davis says it is terrifying portraying Michelle Obama.
I can't believe Viola Davis would say anything's terrifying. That's so unbecoming of her.
Well, and you know, Sharon Osbourne is O-U-T, out at the top.
Yeah, looks like the networks finally told her to hashtag STFU.
And let's talk about this $40 million TV deal with Warner Media that Issa Rae signed.
Wait a minute, let me see if Issa got this right. You said 40 million?
40 and million, yeah. Well, you guys, all this and so much more on this week's Mocha in the Morning, where we're adding a little flavor to your morning blend.
And 1984 news anchor hair.
Good morning, Mocha Marbles, and happy Friday. It's Liz Everett here, and this is my first time in the grown woman chair. Oh my gosh. But listen, you guys, this moment would be nothing without my cafe con leche himself.
Good morning. Look at you, look at you. You're looking very grown woman today.
Thank you. You know, I'm in the grown woman chair and I'm just trying to be vibrant and vivacious. Jorge, what's going on in your world, friend?
I love it. Feeling good, feeling like 80s fabulous hair.
I was feeling very Chaka Khan.
Oh my goodness. It's funny that you mentioned that because I was watching some interviews. So I love watching like old interviews and documentaries, and man, I learned some stuff about Shaka. I was like, girl, I didn't know. I mean, she's she's a savage.
She is. She's very diva. You know, I watched an interview with her. It's a media interview that she did where she said she would never want to do a song with Ariana Grande, and I was like, ugh. She was like, a gentleman, absolutely. Another woman, hard no. I was like, okay, Chaka, give me that diva energy.
I know. And then I saw the Tina Turner documentary.
Oh, I cannot wait to watch that. It is on my weekend watch list. I can't wait. So,
I mean, let me tell you, like, she's just not of this
phenomenal.
Planet, period.
Yeah.
She's just not even of this planet at all whatsoever. I mean,
absolutely.
What a gift she is to all of humanity.
Absolutely. I mean, those legs are the gift that continue to give, you know?
And you know what, also, the one thing that I was taking away from the whole thing with Tina Turner was like, now every time I look at somebody, right, before they even open their mouth, the first thing I'm gonna say is, I don't know what you're gonna say, but you better be good to me.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna say, what's love got to do with it? I mean, I think we could put together an entire cafe con leche / coffee / latte,
We could after a cup of coffee.
But first, coffee. All right, Mocha Marbles, we are back. time to grab your coffee. Let's take a few sips. Jorge and I had a good old kiki, and let's get into these piping hot steamers.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Do I have some steamers for you? Because this is where we love to talk about all that's happening in Black entertainment and Hollywood.
Well, you know, I'm all about that.
All right, so Viola Davis, right? Icon, super fabulous queen. Well,
living legend.
Right, she's going to be portraying Michelle Obama and First Lady. And apparently she's in her feelings about it, which I do not understand because she is like the epitome of just what the finest of actors could ever be. Anyway, she did say that it's terrifying because, you know, sometimes someone doesn't live up to whatever the image they have like of that person in her head. But I just don't see how Viola Davis has any kind of acting limitations at all.
I would totally agree with you. And honestly, though, I think it lets us into her vulnerability and also like her commitment to her craft, because you and I both know, all of you guys know, like you're not excellent at anything until you are really committed to what you're doing. Yeah. So I say go for it, she's a legend, a living legend.
Well, especially when you have Michelle, I was saying that anything that Viola does, she does with passion and vigor, and that she knows that she would do pretty much, she's just gonna like turn it with this role. And that's awesome. And congratulations also to Viola Davis for starring in with her daughter in W Magazine's Black Americana. And that photo shoot, the whole situation was directed by Regina King. I'm just loving all of these. I love how all this Black girl magic is so inclusive of all of these fabulous Black girls.
I totally agree. And how awesome for her daughter Genesis to be, you know, in on the Black girl magic and in on the moment. And what a great moment to continue to celebrate the brilliance of our community and the brilliance, honestly, of Black women.
Right. And speaking of celebrating the brilliance of our community, well, the NAACP Awards happened. And guess what? Eddie Murphy has made it into the Hall of Fame. So congratulations to Eddie Murphy. Everybody knows that that aired on BET. And basically the show, if you don't know, which you should know, especially if you watch this show, honors the accomplishments of African Americans. It was hosted by, of course, Anthony Anderson. And you know, he is hilarious.
Honestly and truly. And do you think that Eddie Murphy should have been like earlier? Like, it's been a long time. I think
when you talk about Hall of Fame, you need like a couple of minutes to kind of go by. You know, like, you need, that's kind of like, you know, a reflection of like just your entire portfolio of work. Not just like when you're hot. You got to go through your ups and downs. You got to get pulled over a couple of times. You need a couple of mug shots. You need a couple of comeback stories, all that. And then you become legendary, get into a Hall of Fame. But anyways, it was a star-studded event. You know, President Joe Biden, Vice President Kamala Harris was all up in the mix. So congratulations to all of the winners of the NAACP Image Awards. So now let's get into and I'm clapping because it just makes it all that much more fun to report. So Sharon Osbourne, if you go to HollywoodReporter.com, printed a story. Well, you know, we talked about her last week. And so apparently they had told her exit stage, not a direction, just exit, like, period. Like, it doesn't matter which direction you go in, just leave, girl. Oh my goodness, she's out of The View. Remember that The View was like on a temporary hiatus. They were trying to figure out what was going to go down. Anyways, things got really worse because from there, like remember like Holly Robertson Pete accused Osbourne of having like a hand in her own dismissal, from the show. And that happens a lot in Hollywood. Someone feels some kind of way and they kind of like Destiny's Child, like, yeah, right? We need her to get out of this group and rotate kind of thing. So like, I'm okay with that kind of stuff. But they were alleging that Osbourne had referred to her as too ghetto.
Holly Robinson Pete?
Well, I'm just kind of like, look, she was in 21 Jump Street. So you don't do that. Like, she will take you out. Instead, right. All she got was a pink slip. So who knows if she will be talking anymore.
Well, Piers Morgan has put his support behind her as well.
Girl, bye, Piers. Look, I'm sorry. She deserves no white savior here. And Piers, whatever his name is far from being any of that. But anyway.
Absolutely.
We just report the news. I'm just telling you what's happening. So anyways, moving right along. Maya Rudolph. This is so great. Okay, so Maya Rudolph was again on SNL. Hilarious. She does her recurring role as Vice President Kamala Harris. And it was really fun. They had to skip, it was Passover this past weekend. So they did like a whole Passover meal, that was supposed to be intended as a call for like unity. She did this hilarious skit with portraying Beyonce eating like hot chicken wings. Did you get to see any of that? Maya Rudolph is just hilarious.
I did. I also did not know that she was Minnie Riperton's daughter.
Yeah, right?
No. Whoa. And I saw like a family photo and was just in shock. And then found actually an article from 2018 from the New York Magazine saying basically like she's God's gift to comedy, basically, because she can do all of these impressions and really inhabit the person. So, kudos to you, Maya, for really stepping out and being brilliant.
And apparently she could eat some really hot wings. Like, what's the hottest you'll go when you're eating wings?
Hot wings and hot topics. That's what we do over here, honey.
That's right. Like, I eat my wings piping
hot, like lava.
Listen to this. So, there's a new Peloton and Versus partnership. But on top of that, remember last week when we talked about the Versus battle that's going to be between the Isley Brothers and Earth, Wind, and Fire?
Yes.
Guess who is going to be like hosting, moderating all of that?
Would it be someone who may have gotten the winner wrong at Miss Universe?
Steve Harvey. And I think that's perfect, right?
Agreed. I love him.
Because it would be kind of like if anyone forgets any of their lines or their songs or the lyrics to their songs or what's coming up next, it's okay. Because that's what happens when we reach a certain level of age. We just become forgetful. So I'm sure the audience will be forgiving and only pay attention to the music.
Absolutely, because that's when the funk hits the fan.
And the funk surely is going to hit the fan, regardless if Steve Harvey remembers, who is not participating in the Versus battle. And here's some awesome news, some Black Girl Magic happening for Issa Rae, and this includes a lot of dollar signs. She just signed a $40 million TV and film, deal. She is becoming like an amazing, fabulous media mogul. She really is. And good for her. She is on a rocket ship to fabulosity.
Absolutely. This deal with Warner Media is going to be so great, not only for her, but to really begin to set a precedent, so hooray for her. 15 projects under her belt, killing it and continuing to elevate like the true Black girl magic rocket ship she is.
Yeah, and not only that she's acting, but she's also, as a producer, renewing her commitment with HBO. She inked a brand new 5-year overall deal. And this will create a partnership between Hooray Media and Warner Media, like you said. So, and there are already a lot of projects in development with that. Like, it's already like things cooking on the stove.
How cool for her to be such a brilliant setter of precedent, really stepping out, stepping up, and, bringing us some piping hot flavor.
Yeah, and I'm pretty, she is absolutely securing her legacy.
100%. And that's why we build the brand, baby, especially the entertainment brand. Okay.
And security as well. And those are all your steamers, everything that's happening in Hollywood and Black entertainment. And this is where Liz says, we'll be right back.
Okay. All right, Mocha Marbles, stay tuned. We'll be right back with, wait, what comes? Sorry, piping hot. Okay, sorry.
Mocha in the Morning is brought to you in part by the Portico Cafe, where conversation, connection, and community create change.
Good morning, Mocha Marbles. I'm Liz Everett, and this is my first time in the grown woman chair. All right, guys, we are going to get started with piping hot. Now, helping me serve this piping hot tea and coffee today are my fabulous Mocha Marvel sisters. Say hello to Kenya Woodard.
Hi, everybody. Happy Friday. We made it through another week.
Woo. Girlfriend, you are looking fabulous today, Kenya. And we have Mother of the Year, Kia Shakur.
Oh, that's so sweet. What's up? Happy Friday, everybody. I'm still here. Another Friday marked off the list.
They're coming. They're coming.
They're coming.
And our fabulous producer is filling in, Shalette Davis.
Good morning, Mocha Marvels. Let's get into this rundown.
Yes, I am super here for it. We have some great topics for you guys. And listen, these girls are always serving you the best. So let's get into this piping hot. All right, here we go with the rundown. We are going to begin with the Asian woman that got knocked down in New York City. You guys, I don't know about you, but I am devastated. I saw the photo of the gentleman. He looks huge. And I am wondering, what are you guys thinking? Kia, I'm going to go to you first.
I really hate to see this Asian Black situation that's happening. And it's really sad because it's fueled by, for lack of better words, white supremacy at the end of the day. And what's happening is, what I see is that it's the same hierarchy that happens when you're in high school, where the athlete is bullying the geek. So the geek bullies the little small kids. The small kid then bullies the kid who wears all black, and the kid who wears all black then goes home and beats up his little brother. It's that kind of hierarchy that we're seeing right now, and it's sad and depressing. And Black people, y'all gotta stop. Like, no offense, y'all have to stop. Like, the Asian community is not our punching bag. And I know that the Black community and Asian community, we've had issues. They come into our neighborhoods, they open beauty supply stores, they open Chinese food places. They're sometimes always not the nicest, but that is no excuse for this type of behavior at all.
Yeah, it really does create kind of an ethos of hate. Yes. And as people who have been disenfranchised, like we should be the ones who are helping them champion as well. So Shalette, what are your thoughts on this issue?
I simply don't want Black men to fall for the okie doke. We saw Black men fall for Donald Trump's garbage and whatever, ball of lies he was selling them to get get their vote for the election. And I feel like they're falling victim to the same propaganda. Like I need them to be smarter than that. I believe in Black men, and I need you to not embarrass the entire culture. That's it.
Absolutely. Now we're going to move into Georgia. Georgia. Oh, Georgia. Yeah. Listen, I don't know about you guys, but I felt like the imagery that came from Georgia was very triggering, right? Just reminding us of the whole old school Jim Crow as if it's coming back to life this time on social media. Kenya, girl, fill me in and tell us all the stuff.
So what happened is that the GOP legislature, which is majority GOP, they passed a law that pretty much restricts voting and voting access in Georgia. It's ridiculous. So for instance, now it is illegal to give someone food or water if they're standing in line to vote. But for some of us who have been watching these kind of things unfold, they've been bubbling under the surface before Trump left office. So it really isn't too much of a surprise to see these things kind of come about. But the fact that they move forward with it is just ridiculous. So, but there's some relief, if you will. Lawsuits have been filed against this law already in court. There's also maybe perhaps a reprieve coming from the federal level. So what that means is that there could be federal legislation passed that could supersede whatever Georgia decided they thought they were going to do, right? And then the other thing is that it kind of emboldens folks who already were against Governor Kemp and the Republicans, Democrats in Georgia. It just makes them stronger to stand in the fight against these kind of things and to amplify Stacey Abrams' gubernatorial candidacy whenever it comes about. So
absolutely, I totally agree with you, and I think that a lot of people have not realized how, majority of the people who can't take off for voting day or can't do some of these other things, they are elderly or they are Black or brown people who then become disenfranchised even the further with some of these things. So, it really does impact our communities as a whole. So thank you, Kenya. That's amazing. All right, guys, now we're going to get into a little bit of some, super hot tea sip from, listen, one of my favorite places to get some sip, which is Red Table Talk. I don't know about you guys, but I'm always into it. So Niecy Nash, never been with a woman before Jessica Betts. Kia, girl, I gotta come to you.
Why are you coming to me first? Like, I got something to say about this. Like, I remember when she came in with the wedding photos and all of us were highly confused. Now we have this Red Table Talk conversation and we're all still highly confused about how, I don't know. I don't have anything to say. It's really interesting to me, like the story of how they hooked up the first time. Honestly, it sounds like two college kids who hooked up in college. Like, you want to come over and like watch a movie? Yeah, I'll come over. And then next thing you know, like, you want to go lay down?
What?
That's really what happened. If you watch the Red Table Talk click, that's exactly what happened. And as women who went to college, we've all fell for the, do you just want to go lay down line? We all fell for that line.
The Netflix and chill.
The Netflix and chill.
I know nothing from what you speak. I was innocent in college.
Okay, so I'm the only one who fell for the, do you want to just go lay down and watch TV in there? Yeah, I'm the only one who fell for that line. Come on now.
I'll save you, Kia. You were not.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Shalette.
I plead the fifth.
Yes. And Miss Niecy, never been with a woman before Nash. I just want to say to you, it's okay to be gay. It's okay to be gay. We don't need all this explanations, all these extra stories or whatever. Girl, it's okay. If that's what you like, that's what you like. And I didn't really realize that Jessica Betts was masculine presenting. I mean, like, yeah, she got a little swag on her. Like, I don't know. You never know what kind of trick she pulling out of her bag.
Yeah, she's an attractive woman. So
Brittany Griner.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kenya, do you feel like Niecy is trying to qualify her answer?
Yeah, I do. So here's the thing. She's like, as Shalette said, she's giving all this explanation that nobody asked for, right? Usually when you tell a story about how you met your partner or your spouse, it's, oh, so, okay, I was at the coffee shop. You just kind of run into it, right? She's doing all of this. She was on Ellen DeGeneres some time ago, and she was like, well, I'm not really coming out. I mean, well, what is it? Like, it's okay if at some point, you may have felt some kind of an attraction to a woman and, hey, whatever, you got distracted by this guy or your two husbands or whatever. But for her to seem like it just came up out of the blue that all of a sudden she looked, at Jessica and was like, oh my gosh, I'm gay now. I like women. Like, come on.
Okay, to the LGBTQIA community who's listening to this, we're not making fun of her being gay.
No, not at all.
The fact that she thinks we care this much and we need her to go on this whole press tour about her being gay. Hey, no one cares this much. Like,
it doesn't make sense. It's a head scratcher. Like, okay.
Just be all of yourself, I think, is the whole thing. And don't try to qualify your answer. Just be comfortable in who you are, which is also one of the hardest things in life to do. So sounds easy, sometimes is hard, but Niecy, we're clapping for you, girl. Just stop trying to qualify your answer. Go for it.
Live your life. Hey, I'm here for it. And they look good. They're a good looking couple. So
if y'all break up and you go back to men, we're gonna drag you left, right, and sideways. That's a given.
Done.
Yeah,
we're gonna drag you.
I've heard that, it's a step up actually, to date women. So going backwards, not a good idea, Niecy.
That's a whole other conversation. Let's move to the next topic before this gets crazy.
Well, to the next person that's trying to qualify their answer, I don't know what women want, Donnie McClurkin, who I already had my own thoughts about, but Kia, what are your thoughts?
A lot of these Christian men don't know what women want. When they were supposed to be figuring it out what women want, they don't. I don't know why everybody's gasping, but a lot of these Christian men do not know what women want. And they end up finding out what they want after a certain amount of time, or while they're married. So now they're going backward and dating all these women while they're married. John Gray's a perfect example of that. So I'm not shocked by Donnie's comments at all. And if he feels like the best thing to do is be alone for the rest of his life, then that's his business. But the thing is, why aren't you trying to date and figure it out? Or talking to women appropriately and trying to figure it out? Being alone for the rest of your life is not an answer unless you're closeted, and then that makes more sense that way. Is he closeted?
Yes.
Okay, well,
yes.
Wait. Let me ask this question. He's already admitted that he, used to date men. Can you be closeted again? I'm confused.
Wait, is Donnie McClurkin the one? Which one is Donnie McClurkin? I'm getting my Christian black men confused. Which one is Donnie?
He's a Christian worship leader. Right. And he does brilliant work.
Wait a minute. Never would have made it, Donnie McClurkin?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's gay. So who cares?
Oh my God.
What? Yeah, he's gay.
I don't remember him coming out. Him coming out.
That's what brought him to God, wasn't it?
I was going to say, he went through this whole thing where he was like, he's no longer his back against sin, or whatever. He's my thinking was that he was admitting that he used to date men. Maybe I'm confused. I don't know.
Yeah, so you're never gonna make it with women. So get that.
What's the guy's name? I'm not gay no more.
Oh,
I know you're talking about. Yeah.
Oh,
Andrew Caldwell.
Andrew Caldwell. Yeah.
So I mean, I commend Donnie on trying to fall in line with this Black conservative Christian trope that you can't be gay and serve God. He's going the way of Catholic priests and monks, and he's going to deny himself a life of pleasure, which is horrible. But that's what he's trying to do. I don't agree with it. I don't appreciate, but what I don't appreciate is this article, again, trying to over explain, your relationship status. Just go on with your life, serve God, be the best Christian man you can be, and carry on. When's the next album going to drop? That's what I want.
Again, Gillette said, we don't care. Nobody cares. I mean, the Christian community cares, but we don't care. But you're never going to make it with a woman, so we're going to need you to stop. play off his song, never would have made it. Boom. Ah.
Okay, let me just add quickly that what a painful place to be, right? To say something like that though. So I do feel, my heart does go in that regard that he feels like, that.
So true. Well, listen, Donnie, we're cheering for you. Just do you, boo. Put out great music, live your life, be an artist, do the thing. Sir, we love what you do. Don't try to qualify your answer. I think that's probably the moral of these last two stories. Stop trying to qualify your answer.
Just
be
do
a good
you.
person and do good things. All right. Now to the last person who is, I don't know, like, y'all, this Nike Satan shoes, Lil Nas, what you doing, son? You know what I'm saying? Like, Kenya, what's going on?
He's an artist. He's trying to sell shoes. He's trying to market his, new song. And not to mention, Nas X, Lil Nas X, goodness. Is that his name? I'm sorry.
Yes, it's Lil Nas X.
Yeah, okay.
That's not disrespect. Real Nas,
Right, exactly. That's what I don't want to do, right?
That's my hip hop homie right there, okay?
Right. So let's remember, he's been controversial out the gate, right? He came out with the song that had a country twang to it and it hit #1. He had Billy Ray Cyrus on it. It went #1 again. I mean, like, this guy has always been at the forefront of doing things differently than what we would expect for someone like him. Oh, and remember when he came out and he was like, hey, I'm gay too. It was just like, oh my goodness. So I don't know. I'm not super shocked about anything that he does. And I kind of looked at the video as art, but I don't know about this shoe with blood in it. Now that one, I don't know about.
Yeah. Shalette, what is your vibe on all this? I mean, I get trying to stay relevant, in the entertainment industry, the whole nine, but girl, what are your thoughts?
I think that he is a clout chasing, want to stay famous. Yeah, media whore. He is. Media hoe. He a media hoe. You can't.
We're not supposed to say that word.
We're not supposed to say that word. But he's a man, so I can call him a whore. Anyway, so this is what I don't appreciate. I don't appreciate you basically making your break with a song that was popular among children. Coming out is fine. I think that was inspirational, especially for a lot of young gay kids. But this whole Satan thing, it's not art. I'm sorry. He has issues. Same thing with the Black church. He was told that he was like a devil and going to hell when he was young. That's the one part I did read about this story. And now he's just, basically saying, okay, you call me a devil. This is what I am. No, I just think he's overreaching and he's looking for more notoriety because I'm sorry, dear, you're a one-hit wonder. So
now, what do you think about him saying that he's not? Well, I felt like he pulled a little bit of the Charles Barkley. You guys remember when Charles Barkley was like, I'm not responsible to, be the role model for your kids. And that part I get, but I'm wondering, like, Kia, what do you think about that? Like,
here's the original issue that I have. When he originally came out and said he was doing this song, the reasoning behind it was so beautiful. He wanted to write a love letter to his younger gay self, Montero. It was supposed to be for Montero. And I was all for that. I was like, oh, that's gonna be a good song to let your young gay Black self know that you're not an issue. And then when he showed the treatment, I was like, see, this is why we can't let young people just do stuff, because this is not what none of us asked for or wanted. This is inappropriate. This is not what we wanted. I don't know if it's a clout chaser like Shalette said, but it does seem very odd that you're coming out with this video, but he is young. It's just so many nuances to this. But my bigger issue is, how did he not think he was going to get sued by Nike? How did that happen? On what planet did you think Nike was going to be okay? Nike is never okay with anybody using that check. They don't care what it's on. You could have spray painted it on a bandana, but if you go on TV with it, Nike is going to sue you. So you thought you could come out with these shoes and Nike was just going to be like, oh, that was a good idea. We'll just let that pass.
Trademark infringement.
I mean, honestly, and it's not even trademark infringement where they would say, hey, we like your idea. We'll remarket it. We just need to fix a few things with our law team. No, they are not going to put out 666 shoes with blood in them, with a demonic thing on them. They're all for creative expression. But Liz, you know this as someone who's in the beauty and fashion industry. There is a line.
100%. Because Nike is part of our conversation before we started was that Nike is a provocative brand. They know that their people are forward thinkers. They operate off of, Nike is the goddess of victory, right? So they operate off of being almost like a provocateur of like winning and victory. And, when you think of them, the whole thing. I actually, did Nike trial athlete camps as a kid, right? And so every person I ever met or was ever trained by from Nike had a Nike tattoo. Like, people believe in Nike. It's a very provocative, company. So, but you're correct. Like, people have a brand. They're not so provocative that they would want to be into devil worship or Satan stuff or like whatever. Like that's not going to work for them to sell overall. What do you think?
Let me interject and just add that 20 years ago, it was Marilyn Manson. And I remember him getting endorsement deals, and he, it wasn't an issue when he did it, but now.
Wait, who was endorsing him though? Because it damn sure wasn't Nike.
No. It wasn't Nike. But what I'm saying is that this whole thing that Nas X is crossing a line of some sort, Marilyn Manson did it like 20 years ago.
And then
Marilyn Manson came out of the gate and said, "Hey, this is me and the devil. We rock, whatever." Lil Nas X came out and like elementary school children were singing his song and doing his dance, and now all of a sudden you're saying,
so an artist can't be multifaceted. They can't have different sides of themselves to express.
But also that song, if anybody's listened to the, and I know we have to get off, but the lyrics to Old Town Road are also very inappropriate. I don't know if anybody's ever actually listened to the lyrics.
I
hadn't either until the other day, and I was like, oh, well, I don't really want my nieces nor nephews singing this song because it's highly inappropriate. It is about him doing lean in the song. But
look, here's the funny part. A lot of these people complaining about this latest song from him were the same folks that know WAP every line, word for word, right? Like, come on. Like, which one is it?
WAP is not for kids. Cardi B told you that.
All right. Okay, and neither is this song by Lil Nas X. And if your kid is listening to it, that says more about the parent than it does the artist.
I haven't even heard the song. All I have to say is I thought this shoe was being put out by Nike, and Nike's going to sue the pants off of Lil Nas X and whatever manufacturer he got involved.
Yeah, the company's already.
Yeah, because that's no money. $666,000, whatever. He's going to be broke, and he's going to like dissolve into obscurity because of this. It's a stunt.
Yikes.
Yeah. A stunt queen, honey, a stunt queen. Well, folks, I hope you loved today's Piping Hot. I had so much fun with these fabulous ladies. I hope you did too. Thank you so much, Mocha Marvels, for joining us here on Mocha in the Morning. Grab a snack and come on back.
Bye, guys. Bye.
The views and opinions expressed on Mocha in the Morning are those of the authors and do not necessarily reflect the official position of the show, its producers, staff, and sponsors.
Your Mocha Minute is brought to you by Black in Florida, your online connection to everything that's Black in Florida.
up, Mocha Marvels? It's Shalette Davis, your producer, and I'm here to share with you a quick conversation we're going to have with friend of the show, Miss Dora Holloway. Dora has just launched a campaign for a living donor. Dora's looking for a kidney, and we're here to have a really quick conversation about what her life's like and what this journey's been so far. So here we are. Hi, Dora.
Good morning, everybody. How are you?
Hi. Now, Dora, why don't you tell us a little bit about the kidney disease that you have? It's called Berger's disease.
That is one of the names for it. It's actually, the technical name is IgA nephropathy. I have had the disease for 13 years. For 10 of those years, I was in remission. They found it not quite early enough, but early enough where they could treat it. And it is something that will progress eventually, no matter what. But I've been fortunate enough to, being in remission for 10 years. About 3 or so, a little more than 3 years ago, the kidney function started to go down. And at that time, that's when I was put on the donor list. So I have been on the donor list for almost 3 years now. Florida's requirement for the donors list or wait time is usually anywhere from 3 to 5 years for my blood type, which I am O positive. So they said it's best to try to start a campaign to solicit a living donor. In my situation, my daughters were tested. 2 of them, one of them has health issues, one of them wasn't a match, and the youngest one was a match. However, at the time they found out that she has what they call thin membrane syndrome. So they would not allow her to donate.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about what your life has been like since the disease has progressed. How's your life changed?
Well, I'll say for the most part, it's just more doctor visits until this past November. Well, I'll take it back till this past September. September is when I had my port installed and I started dialysis. So that's really when the big change came in. I do peritoneous dialysis, which means that they inserted a port in my stomach. It inserts fluids at night and then drains it out. It sits for an hour and a half and it takes out all the toxins. So I've been doing that, which is a little bit more convenient for me because I do still work a full-time job. And I wanted it to be that way because I still wanted to be self-sufficient.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about the idea of a living donor. What's a living donor?
So a living donor is someone who has my blood type and they are donating their kidney. And what they do is they would, insert the kidney in me and it would put me more back to a normal life where I'm not having to do the dialysis at night. Literally every night I do dialysis. I typically hook up about 8:30, 9 o'clock. And then it's usually it's 9.5 hours. It does 4 cycles. Each cycle is an hour and a half, but then it's time to drain and then refill. So it's really almost 9 hours every night.
Well, thank you so much for your time today, Dora. And I just want to thank you for being so brave, especially just coming out and launching this campaign to really inform the community more about the condition and the concept of what it takes to be a living donor. Thank you so much, Mocha Marvels. Stay tuned, in the future weeks to learn more about Dora, the explorer, and her journey for a living donor.
Thank you for allowing me to put my story on your show. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, Mocha Marvels, we hope that you have been enjoying this piping hot flavor that has been communicated to you during this, my very first time in the grown woman chair.
I know. I You did fantastic. It was so much fun. I don't know if you noticed, like as the show progressed, my hair kept getting bigger.
I've been fanning myself the whole time, okay? He was nervous. Do you hear me?
I know. And it's so sad because we're wrapping up our season, so we have like 4 more shows left.
Well, you know what though? This has been such a wonderful season. I want to send a shout out to each and every one of you, Mocha Marbles, who has been joining us, who's in our Facebook group, who's sharing each and every week with your friends. If you're not sharing, start sharing. Okay, great. Because we love you. We love interacting with you. And we are so glad to be able to share our Mocha moments and piping hot topics with you, and that you join us every single week. So thanks guys so much. Make sure you join us in our group chat. Officially, Jorge, do you have anything to say?
Yes, drop that beat.
All right, Mocha Marbles, grab your tea, your coffee, your latte, and make sure you rewatch, retweet, and share, and join us next week right here on Mocha in the Morning.
Don't hate, vaccinate.